the question becomes sort of what happens to future generations. So there was a time when exactly the same situation you've just described was true, only it was going to be Italian immigrants or it was going to be immigrants from Eastern Europe, and now it's immigrants from Latin America. That's fine. That's not a bad reflection on people from any of those lands. The question is, however, are the elites in our country ultimately going to write off the descendants of these people? So you come in, you work hard, you do good stuff, and then what is it that happens once you've been in our country for a long time that makes it such that people who don't speak the language or who have whatever background you might mention, who come in afresh, are suddenly better workers, especially for these kinds of jobs than you are. And one question I think that just our culture should be more honest about and should debate more openly is do we want Americans to be able to do these jobs? And again, Americans of all races and backgrounds. I'm not trying to say that there's some sort of ethnic dimension there, but do we think that we want America to be able to do its own, pour its own concrete, which again is skill. I mean, this is certainly something you don't want a DC intellectual or something to try doing. It'd be a mess. No, you want to have. So the question is, is our country going to continue to provide, jobs for hardworking, especially men, right? Because one of the problems in our country right now is that you've got a lot of men in, a lot of Rust Belt states who used to have jobs, sort of working on the auto assembly line and whatnot. And as those jobs go away, it's not clear that our country and our elites really are creating something that's going to replace those jobs at an equal level of dignity. And instead, people are feeling as if they are sort of being cast aside in the dustbin of history. And what's happening right now with some of these populations that are now considered white, but at the time maybe they weren't, Italians and and East Germans and others. This is ultimately going to be what the elite also does to Hispanics. It's going to say, well, now we need to import African labor because Hispanic labor just won't take the dirty jobs. And there's going to be a limit that's going to be reached eventually. There's only so many places around the world. And the question is, if you stop investing in your own people, if you don't have a strong work ethic in your own country, then you're going to run out of places to draw that work ethic from. And it's that's not going to be helpful. You actually do need to have, citizens in your own country who are willing to work hard.